Hey everyone, welcome back. If you're new, thanks for popping in. I am Grandma Kitty of This and That with Grandma Kitty. And today's kind of a chill day. You caught me walking on my walking pad, and I've got no makeup. I've not really done my hair, I've just put it up. Today's chit chat is going to be about self care, and however that looks for you, that's okay, because that's the point of today. And you don't have to always be made up a certain way or your hair done a certain way or dress a certain way. And let's just jump into having some Talk to Me Tuesday. I like to do that regularly, so let's make that a thing. In order to make that a thing, I'm going to need you to talk to me down in the comments because I'd like to get to know you guys. I'd like to know what you're interested in, how you feel about things. Everybody's entitled to opinions, ideas, and I'll just share a little bit of what my day's been like so far. It is, I think it's still only noon. It's a little after 10, and I'm okay with that. I've got a lot done. I'm dressed in my comfy clothes while I walk on the treadmill. Like I said, I've not done my makeup, but I did just spend an hour and a half in a hot bathtub. I'm able to do that because I am home. My wife does work all day and I do things out of the house. Reason for that, although I do love a good bath. This one was full of magnesium flakes, Epsom salt, a little bit of bubbles, because I woke up with frozen shoulder. So if you've not heard of frozen shoulder, it's not fun. I've had it before. I used to get it quite a bit when I worked as a stocker at Menards. And unfortunately, I guess it's not a gone thing for me. I've also read and heard that when you get to be a certain age, things just happen. We just accept them. We move on. We deal the best we can. So this is going to be a lot about self-care, a lot about self-kindness, which is something that I'm working on myself. Sometimes people are more eager to please other people and make sure other people's cups are full without making sure that their cup has some in there. Speaking of cups, make sure you stay hydrated, even in the winter. You're not maybe outside sweating and burning it off, but you still need to keep your body hydrated. I won't show you the name because it's not a brand deal, but I have this. It's very good. And to it, I added a scoop of, without saying the brand, because the brand is what it is, but I added a scoop of a protein powder that's also got probiotics in it. It's a watermelon flavor. I added it to what I have is winter punch. And doesn't taste funny. It's green, I'll give you that. But any little thing that can help you feel good on the inside will make you maybe look better on the outside. I don't know. Today I'm just rocking vitamin E, a little bit shiny. Got the sun coming in. That's always a plus. Got some nice jazz music playing in the background. Charlie's over here playing with his most favorite mouse. Ray's at work. She'll be on lunch break in about an hour. Let's see, what's on deck for me today? I have dishes to do. Not a big deal. I like doing dishes. I'm one of those weird ones. We do not have a dishwasher. That's okay, because I like doing dishes. Got the bed made, got the bathroom done, got some laundry ready to go. But the most important thing that I have to do later is I am a doll artist. I make reworn dolls. And I have an appointment either this Thursday or this Friday, once they get back to me, to a city government office here where I live that is quite interested. I won't go into details, but they want a couple of my dolls. And pretty excited about that. I'm a little bit nervous about that meeting because it's kind of a big deal. But I have to go out into my lanai because that's where I left off working on these dolls that I've had for right before the holidays. I started them and took a break, hadn't heard from them. Now it's time to meet up and show them and get that taken care of. So later on I will be bundling head to toe just to go outside because we have a real feel of -9 right now. So that's a lot cold. So I'll be doing that later and taking care of that. But today is also about self-care because, like I said, I have frozen shoulder, so I've been doing the things. I've had Tiger Balm, but I wanted to give you a tip. I make a thing called magnesium oil. It's pretty easy to do. I don't know why it calls oil. Feels oily, I guess, but it's not an oil. It's magnesium flakes, and it's a 1-to-1 ratio of magnesium flake with water, warm water preferably, so it'll dissolve, and a glass spray bottle. and then dissolve it, shake it up. Make sure the flakes are all shooken up, shaken up, shake them up. Yeah. And then spritz it, and you can rub it in, work it in, and you'll be surprised at how well that works. Now, if it starts to feel like it's got a little bit of a tingle or a burn, that is an indicator that you are low on magnesium. And a lot of adults are low on magnesium. I am not a health professional. I will just share things with you that I use, things that have worked for me. It's trial and error. But it's another thing in my arsenal of self-care. Just like walking, comfy clothes, something nice to drink, good mood music, time to make videos for you guys because that is something I'm enjoying doing. I'm hoping that more people start seeing my content. However, I'm okay because the ones that have been seeing it have reached out and are enjoying it. And I think that's cool that you're allowing me into your space for just a little bit. Yesterday's video was quite long. I don't think my videos will go that long. Didn't know that one would go that long, but it had to be said. So, that being said, and this being Talk to Me Tuesday, would like to know, would you like to have me do like an every day of the week? Each thing has a theme. Talk to Me Tuesday. I might just do Fridays. I've had a couple people reach out and say, they really enjoy the vlog, and if possible, can I do Friday just to wrap up their week? I could do that. What else? I'm not sure. Give me some ideas what you would like for Monday. We could have Manic Monday because, face it, on Monday it can feel a lot manic, especially after coming off of a weekend, even in the winter when there's not a lot going on. The dreaded Mondays creep in, and you just have to do the best you can because you get the next day, hopefully. Willingly, that you get a next day. Every day I wake up, I am thankful. I always tell Ray, I do my thankfuls. I do my thankfuls when I get up, I do my thankfuls when I go to bed, and a lot of times, my wake-up thankfuls and my nighttime thankfuls, they're a lot the same because I'm thankful that I'm given another day to have, and I'm thankful that I had that day to have. I find that gives me, I cannot speak for you, it gives you something to think about and focus on, and being full of gratitude can fill spaces that could otherwise be filled with doubt, stress, and let's face it, right now, a lot of us are stressed. We just had the holidays. We live in the Midwest, so here I call it the season of yuck. I love snow, but when it melts, although right now it's freezing out, so it'll stick around for a little bit, it's all gray and it's dirty and it's just not pretty. And there's not a whole lot to look forward to. Like, there's such a buildup during the holiday season. And sometimes that can bring out the worst in you. Sometimes that can bring out the kid in you. But then when that ends, sometimes it's hard to transition into, okay, now what do I do? Where do I go with this? Valentine's Day, I have feelings on that. I have feelings on that for multiple reasons. I am thankful to be able to spend Valentine's Day with my wife and, do all the novelty things. However, you don't need a holiday. You don't need a special day, not even a wedding anniversary day, to tell your significant other how you feel. You can do that on a daily basis, and it doesn't even have to be big things. It could be small things. And it could still be considered self-care because you're taking care of your mental health by expressing how you feel. And then that reaches out and lets them feel a certain way, and so that helps their mental health. So if you think about it that way, being kind, like I've always heard, and I believe, being kind is free. Being expressive and letting people know how you feel. You never know how the other person on the opposite side of the screen, even what kind of day they're having, how they're feeling. A simple hello. All right, well, I hope the angle is still good because my camera shut off. It said I've reached my limit. I have more to say. But what I was saying was, you never know how something you do will affect others, and that could be positive or negative. So as I get older, I try to think, will this benefit me if I express a negative way, which I try not to do. Sometimes it's hard, I admit, but I also try to look at the how will this impact somebody else's day? Will it make them better outlook? Will it make them happier? Maybe even just for a minute. There's a scientific fact, though. I don't do a lot of those. But you cannot physically make somebody else happy. You can't make somebody feel a certain way, but you can add to whatever they choose or how they perceive. So I try to think that way. I try to give people the benefit of the doubt. Unfortunately, sometimes in the past that came way too easy. You kind of have to be a little careful with that. But like I say, it's good to be good. It's nice to be nice. It's real easy to be kind. And all that's free. And in this day, give a lot of that out because it's free. And when you fill other people's cups, when you see somebody smile, just wave, that kind of thing, just know that you're filling your own cup up too. And your backpack that we've talked about is getting a little bit lighter because, like I do say, and I don't say it anecdotally, I don't say it to be funny, but it's not that tough. We make things tougher than they have to be. Oh, sure, life is tough. Life can be. Life can deal you all kinds of cherry pits and not very many Shirley Temples to have with the leftovers. But it's what you do with that. You can either scoop those pits up and carry them and dwell on that, or you can plant those pits and grow a tree. Something good can come out of that. So just try to think that way. It's a lot of things do affect your self-care and your well-being. I know that I have a lot of people to reach out to. I have a Discord for Grandma Kitty's Army, and I try on a daily to keep in touch with everybody. It's not always easy. I'm human too. I have other people that are within my army spread all over the country and different countries, and I try to touch base and keep in touch with them. And I've recently started going back live on TikTok on Friday nights, and so far it's good. I've actually seen some people show up to say hello that I haven't seen in a while, haven't heard back from in a while, but their simple comment of, OMG, Grandma Kitty, I haven't seen you in forever, I miss this. And then to get some DMs saying, hey, I didn't want to bother you, but I've always said, I have ears for listening and I have shoulders for leaning. I used to, it hasn't happened a lot, but I used to answer DMs all hours of the day, all hours in the early wee morning hours. And I haven't had to, and I'm hoping that's just because I've helped the people that have needed that ear to listen. Sometimes that's all it takes. Sometimes they don't want somebody to tell them what to do. They just want somebody to hear them, to actually hear them, not just, okay, well, I'm sorry for that, but, And we live in a place here where Ray and I, we're like, well, obviously we're best friends. We started as best friends on TikTok. That's how we met, because she lived way over in the Texas. And it was just nice to have someone to talk to. We've now moved to an area where there's a friend of mine she's a friend of ours now, but I grew up with her in junior high and high school. And that's so cool. The fact that she wants to hang out, and it's like being kids again. We still have the same humor, and that's really cool. Yeah, it's still a drive, but her cup gets full, my cup gets full. Ray now has a cup that gets full. I just think that's great. I'm not telling people to go out and meet strangers. This day, it's hard to trust people. I used to trust too easily. Don't do that. But if you can make a friend or an acquaintance that turns into a friendship, that is valuable. That is somebody that when they have your back, they have your back. Then it's not like you're working hard to pour in that cup. You're not having to worry about what you look like. You know, I can show up to our girls' day out and look like this, which I mean, I have the biggest sweatpants on. Why? Because I just do. You know, they're comfy. I ain't going nowhere. I got my Hello Kitty on. Why? Because it's comfy and Hello Kitty. But I could show up like this for a girls' day out, and it wouldn't be a big deal. You know, and it's not because I'm being lazy. It's just, hey, comfortable. And comfortable is self-care. I could have my hair done up for you guys. I could do the makeup and all that. But at the end of the day, I'm doing this for me. I'm hoping that I'm helping people. I'm hoping that y'all get something out of this. If not, I appreciate you popping by and checking out what I'm all about. This channel is all kinds of things. Sometimes I'm walking, sometimes I'm crafting. I'd take you outside, but it's freezing. But there will be some field trips, so to speak. Bunny ears. That's another thing. Bunny ears. Why do bunny ears make something sound or seem way more important? I don't know where that came from. I know when the kids were little, it was bunny foo-foo. So how does bunny foo-foo reference make a certain phrase more important? Something to ponder. I like to have you guys ponder things. I like to give you tips. But most of all today, I just want you to know that self-care is not selfish. And I'm learning that. And no matter how hectic your day gets, or how to you boring it may seem, you can always start over at any given time. The day is yours. And though you might have commitments, work, family, kids, after school activities, all the things that make life so very busy, just please do one thing. Enjoy it. Especially with kids, that goes way too fast. We have 2 grandkids, and it goes way too fast. But always know that you're in charge of you. How you dress, what you do with your hair, your makeup, don't do. If you want to let a beard grow down to your belly button, that's your choice. And if people don't like it, or people say, hey, it makes you look a certain way, that's a them problem. If people don't like that you're this age and you love Hello Kitty and you have a whole guest room that's all Hello Kitty, that's for you. We have a guest that stays in there, and he don't mind. You know, the reborn dolls live in there. The rest is all entirely Hello Kitty. There's different kinds of artwork in there. Because you're not there to impress somebody else. And it's taken me a very long time to learn that I have the right to allow certain people into my life, and I have the right to not entertain certain people in my life. That became astoundingly louder when the issue that I had on TikTok happened. Oh, it's going to be 6 years coming up this June. And this is how my Grandma Kitty's Army group was formed. And if you want me to do a video on all of that, well, let me know down below, because I will gladly tell you my story on how I became Grandma Kitty of Grandma Kitty's Army, and what we're about, and what you need to do if you want to be a part of it. So that's about it. I just taken today as a self-care day, try not to overdo things. I'm often accused of overdoing it. So my frozen shoulder is a little reminder that there's some things I can't do today. I'll still be able to do some things. I still plan on doing my dishes, my laundry, bringing that oven in so I can finish the dolls with the heat setting. If you're interested in seeing any of my reborn doll work or having a video discussing that, you know the drill. Drop it in the DMs. And any other ideas you have for me, I'm willing to share. Also, big news before I let you go. We're getting a stand for the tablet. So I'll be able to flip things around and take you guys places a little more easier, because today you are on the buffet in the living room, but it's pretty genius here. I mean, this is high quality filming production here. You are on a empty lunchbox container from Walmart, clean. Then on top of that is a DVD of Pink Floyd, The Wall, the movie. Then we have a movie we can't play that we got at one of those Amazon return stores. It's a movie called Arthur's Whiskey. We couldn't play it, but we did get to watch it on TV. It's okay. It's Diane Keaton. We expected a lot more than what it was. It was okay. And then on top of that is the holiday collection of all the Charlie Brown and Snoopy movies, because it snowed over this last weekend, and so we decided to watch some Charlie Brown. But, fun fact, we ended up not watching anything on that video. We watched, now I don't know it, because it's only the second time I've seen it. I believe it was called Bon Voyage Charlie Brown. It's a cute movie. Could do a whole marathon weekend of the Charlie Brown movies, because even as you get older, we all love Charlie Brown. I mean, that kid overcomes a lot and still wakes up every day thankful. With that being said, guys, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you for sharing some time with me. Go out and do something fun for yourself. Take care of yourself. And hey, if you don't want to wear makeup today, don't. If you don't want to do your hair, don't do it. That's for you. That's not for anybody else. Just be you. And don't ever let anyone take your sparkle. And always remember that you're more than just a face. Bye, guys.